Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of The Bearded Gamer Show. As always, I'm your host, with the awesome beard, Chris Arnone. Alright, you ready for it? Another controller confessional. So this time I've got something a little special to talk about. Now, I was just reading a report that came out from the Consumerist, and they did this kind of March Madness thing where they had a whole bunch of people nominate companies and do this whole bracket tournament to find the worst company, the most hated company in the United States. And you want to know what they came up with as their final answer? Well, it's gaming related, obviously, or I wouldn't be talking about it. Electronic Arts. That's right. We're talking about they beat out people like Bank of America, Walmart, Facebook, Apple, Sally Mae, all these companies that, well, some of them are debatable. With Apple, it's, there's this whole sort of scandal with these possible sweatshops, which it's debatable whether that's actually happening or not, but they're going to change things there. With Facebook, there's some privacy issues that people have talked about. Bank of America, I mean, they've just robbed people blind. There's this massive class action lawsuit, and they're going to have to pay back people, billions of dollars over the home loans and things. And yet somehow people thought Electronic Arts was worse. Now let's take a look at the likely reasons. The sins, if you will, that, okay, I've probably talked about some before, but let's go through them anyway. First up, let's talk Madden. Now with Madden, they're going through this big lawsuit already about being sort of anti-competitive, an antitrust issue that they, were in a non-competitive nature, destroying the competition by locking in the NFL, and that was possibly illegal. That might go away, their exclusivity with the NFL. So, there's a reason, is when you take away competition, it hurts innovation. It means Madden only has to move this far forward every year because you're going to buy it anyway. It's the only NFL game. Let's talk about Origin and their other DRM things. Now, this is something a lot of people have a problem with. Even if you bought games that not on Origin, you still had to use Origin. You had to have Origin because that's how it's checking for DRM and then pulling things off of Steam in favor of this new Origin service. Now, personally, as far as the interface and things, I really don't have an issue with Origin. It seems to work just fine with Battlefield 3, but a lot of people really don't like it, okay? Now, the relationship with developers. Now, this is something they've been known to have done several times. They go and buy these developers, and by the time they get done with them, they don't resemble that anymore. It could be something you really, really loved. The most recent case, of course, is BioWare. BioWare is the company behind such huge, awesome games as Knights of the Old Republic, of course, the Mass Effect series, Dragon Age. And when they first started, they were this independent little place that made these just brilliant games. And now EA owns them, and you can tell there's this overriding push to do certain things to their games. That's EA's hand meddling in the pot. And, it really, really irks people, and that one even does bother me. And then, of course, we get to the one that I'm the most vocal about, the one that I hate the most, the Online Pass. EA created this. They were the first. Many have followed, but they started this crap. I say it again, and again. This is bad words. Yeah, words that I don't say on this show really want to come out of my mouth when I think about the Online Pass. Make a better game with better intrinsic value, and you don't need to tack on an Online Pass. People will buy it, and they won't get rid of it. It's that easy. Now, the whole point of this controller confessional, though, is I think this is ridiculous that you're saying Electronic Arts is the worst company in the United States. Like I said, Bank of America, let's go back to this one. They have ruined people's dreams. Talk about the disillusion of the American dream. Well, I'll tell you what, in the 21st century, they're a big reason it's happened, okay? Now, a lot of the big contenders for this award in previous years are no longer here because they went in the recession, like, Goldman Sachs and the like. But still, Bank of America was in there. Here's one other that bothers me. I looked at that whole bracket. No one nominated, insurance companies. Any of them. Pick one. Most of them are just ridiculous. Originally, insurance companies were supposed to make money by taking the money you give as your premium and making wise investments. Instead, they have to find all kind of other bogus ways of not paying you the money you're supposed to get because you pay your premiums. But no, none of those companies. Instead, we somehow managed to pick a video game company. Now, this just says bad things about the Consumerist. It says basically their audience are a bunch of really internet-savvy people, because gamers generally are internet-savvy and get very vehement when it comes to their opinions. So, this is a very, very skewed bit of data here. That's really what it comes down to, because it's ridiculous to say that EA is the worst company in the world. Worst company in gaming? Sure, I'll back you on that one. But in all of America, across all different kinds of companies, come on, really? They're not hurting anybody. They're just douchebags. All right, off my soapbox. We'll see you next time.